Today's podcast is brought to you by a company who we have been using for years and takes up significant shelf space inside of our own kitchen. Biosteel Sports Nutrition.
It was a product created out of necessity 8 years ago and is trusted by athletes like Connor McDavid, Tyler Seguin, Brooke Henderson, Rosie MacLennan, and Andrew Wiggins.
They're really a leader in sports drinks for everyone from professional athletes to everyday champions.
Understand something, guys. Nothing worth ever having in this world comes easy.
Do what these champions doing if you're going to be a champion.
You control your outcome.
Who am I?
I'm a champion.
What up, champions, and welcome back to a brand new Biosteel Breakdown. As always, I'm your host, Adrian, with my co-host,
Sylvie.
And thank you so much for joining us. If it's your first time, we do one of these every Friday, short little segment, breaking something down so that you can drop knowledge on the weekend and look like a boss. And if you're a longtime listener, thank you. And thank you to the 41 people that took time to review our podcast on iTunes. That is amazing. We are super stoked about it. That voice didn't sound like it was amazing. That is amazing, but it is. It's really awesome. So we really, really do appreciate it. And today's topic is another awesome one, another fast, simple breakdown. And we're looking at healthy substitutions. So Sil, tell them what it means.
Yes. So I get asked all the time, when you embark on a healthy eating journey, what you need to cut out and
a healthy vision quest.
Yes, exactly. That sounded really intense, but it can be for a lot of people. Giving up some of their favorite things can be really tough. So I always want to give healthy substitutions if a food is not serving them from a healthy perspective. So the first one.
What do you mean? Sorry, when you say healthy substitutions, what do you mean by that? Just for people. Yeah.
So they're ideas where, again, I'll give you some examples.
Okay, let's do that. Perfect.
So for example, coffee and cream or milk and coffee. The reason that you would want to substitute this maybe is because you might have an issue with dairy, and so some of the ideas that we have are maybe a nut milk, so almond milk, macadamia milk, coconut milk, that type of thing. And then also some great ideas are coconut oil, MCT oil, grass-fed butter. Those have become very popular with the bulletproof coffee. And the reason that we want those fats with our caffeine is because it helps to slow down the caffeine release. And it can have a lot of benefits cognitively as well with like the MCT oil and the grass-fed butter. So that's number one. So switching out regular cream and milk for some healthy substitutions.
And that gives them that same creamy taste that they're looking for, right?
Exactly. So usually it's the consistency that they're looking for. And drinking black coffee. I know you do that, but I like a little bit of, creaminess to my coffee. Number two is regular rice for cauliflower rice. So something that a lot of people are asking about, especially with the popularity of the paleo diet, is whether or not grains are good. And my answer is always it depends. Sometimes grains can cause irritation to people's guts, and so it can cause digestive issues and other health issues as well for certain people. So a big one, if you can do cauliflower, is to make cauliflower rice. And the way that I do this, just make it in the food processor. So you literally just pulse it, and it's super easy. You can fry it up or bake it, or
do whatever you want.
Any which way that you use
whatever
rice.
You do with rice. Yeah.
Exactly. So cauliflower rice for regular rice. Number three, so white potatoes have gotten a bad rep. They're still a, really healthy food, and they can be a lot of the time when they're fried and used with a lot of salt and sort of poor quality oils. It can cause a lot of, unnecessarily blood sugar levels and that sort of thing. So white potatoes for turnips, mashed cauliflower, roasted. You can roast them or do a mash. Sweet potatoes. So any other root vegetables, you can make fries out of them. So you can bake them so that you feel like you're having French fries. And there's just a different nutritional value. So potatoes can still be healthy in certain circumstances, but it's when we're frying them and we kind of associate them with chips and fries that they can be not so healthy.
And you're always only getting that specific nutrient breakdown, right? So if you always eat potatoes, you only get those nutrients rather than sharing it around. Share the wealth of the garden.
Exactly. Especially when it comes to root vegetables, it's that time of year. So I would highly recommend to explore different ones as opposed to just the white potato. Number 4 is crackers, like traditional crackers for sliced veggies. Now, this is one I use all the time for people who are maybe trying to do a little bit of a lower carbohydrate snack ideas. So sliced radish, cucumber, bell peppers, carrots, or parsnips are great options for like crackers.
So if you're doing
hummus, like a white
right.
cracker and hummus, so that way you're getting, obviously another serving of vegetables, which is always good, more nutrients, and then you can get that same sort of crunch that you'll get from like a traditional white cracker, that type of thing. So that's number 4. Number 5 would be switching regular pasta for spaghetti, squash, or zoodles, or squash noodles. So this has become really popular, spiralizing everything. They even offer at like Shoppers Drug Mart, you can buy spiralized zucchini. Right. So it's become really popular. I recommend to just buy a spiralizer on Amazon. They're really reasonable, and you can spiralize everything.
There was a friend this last week or maybe the week before who didn't know why it was called spaghetti squash. Had never, like, I think maybe he'd had it and seen it, but never seen the process. And his mind was absolutely blown when he saw the squash become spaghetti.
It's crazy.
Which just made me, I don't know, we were laughing about it. He listens to this podcast, so I'm sure he'll probably hear this. But why would it be called spaghetti squash otherwise, though? Like,
you never know.
Like Dr. Spaghetti discovered it.
Some pretty odd names. But yeah, so the reason that you might want to switch out like regular pasta is because of the processing that regular pasta can go through. And so it's a little bit more refined carbohydrate. Again, if someone's trying to do a lower carbohydrate option, these would be great substitutions. So spaghetti squash, regular squash, make them into spiralizing, and then also zoodles, and not the canned kind with the little...
Oh, they make... What are zoodles? Oh, they're zoo
No,
noodles?
you know what I mean? The zoodles that are in like... the can with zoo animals made out of noodles. Like they're different than zucchini noodles, so I just want to clarify that. And then last but not least, this is something we do a lot with like burger options, is substituting regular buns or wraps with lettuce instead. So making like a lettuce wrap as opposed to like a full hearty burger bun.
Okay.
And so this is a great option for, again, like if anyone looking for like, something a little bit more substantial, want a burger, but don't necessarily want to have the like heaviness of the bun. And this can be great for people, again, looking for lower carbohydrate options, as well as, taking out sort of refined carbohydrates from their diet. So a lot of the bun options when it comes to burger buns are heavily refined and can, increase your blood sugar and can cause some issues with people trying to manage that. So there you have it. Some healthy swaps to start with.
Amazing, guys. If you have any other questions on swapping things out, let us know. Hit us up on social. Send us an email. Hey, this is the food that I'm having. Is there a better option or alternative for it? And we are more than happy to provide some options for you guys. As always, head over to biosteel.com. You can use the code word
Champ Lifestyle, capital C, capital L.
And you can get 15% off your very next purchase. And they just dropped a brand new flavor grape. So get after it before it runs out. I feel like it's probably going to be a pretty popular one. Mm-hmm. Anything else?
I think that's it.
That's it. We'll be back next Friday. Brand new breakdown. Have a great week, guys.